With a huge price tag of $10 billion, this space telescope was sent into space into an area called L2 a few years ago. Today I'm going to do reaction. We're going to see if the images are worth $10 billion. And let me know what you think when we look at these images as well. Do you think they are worth the price tag as well? Anyway, let's get into the video now and not waste any more of your time. Okay, so this is the spiderweb protocluster, and this is used in the James Webb's NIRCam, which is also known as the near-infrared camera. This is basically showing you galaxies and clusters in an area that previously scientists were unable to see. And this is because this is infrared light. The James Webb Space Telescope is the first telescope of its kind that has infrared cameras on board, so they're able to see thousands more galaxies because of this technology and this camera that they have on board. So we're seeing a lot of new galaxies thanks to the NIRCam. Yeah, previously these areas of space were just hidden by cosmic dust. It literally just obscured a lot of galaxies that, you know, were sort of hidden to the plain eye. But thankfully, due to the NIRCam technology, we're able to see all these like fantastic galaxies. I mean, in this image alone, there is probably thousands of different clusters and galaxies. So it's an exciting picture to be able to see. And this wasn't possible before the James Webb Space Telescope. Obviously, we're getting images back from Hubble. That just doesn't have half the technology that you have with the James Webb Space Telescope. And plus, because it's a million miles away from the Earth, you're getting some very clean images. There's no static or no interference from Earth. So yeah, I'm just sort of telling you in layman's terms, I'm not a scientist. I'm just showing you how I'm impressed by these images. And I think it's exciting, guys. Next cool image, this one's called the penguin and egg cluster. It looks like a penguin and egg. So you got here on the right, you got a penguin with a beak and its eye there, and then they're referring to this as an egg. So I'm not sure if any of you have seen this. I think it's pretty cool. Let's see if I can find some information on this so I can tell you a little bit more about this image. Okay, so just a few facts. On the right, you've got this twisted spiral galaxy that looks like a penguin. On the left, there's a smooth oval galaxy that looks like an egg. They're actually the same size in mass. They're in the middle of a slow motion cosmic dance. Astronomers actually call this pair ARP 142. They think the two galaxies first swooped past each other tens of billions of years ago. That close pass yanked on their gravity and kicked off a wave of starbirth in the Penguin galaxy. Around 100 to 200 new stars every year compared to only about 6 or 7 a year in our own Milky Way. Okay, so far we've seen some really good images from the James Webb Space Telescope, and you can actually see that there's a lot of spheres, a lot of round things in space. So a lot of the flat Earth people watching this will be thinking, oh no, it's flat. So I'm sorry, but it's a sphere. Any flat earthers, you know, get your head examined, guys. Come on, it's round. You know, the Earth is round. If you think the Earth is flat, put in the comments. Come on, tell me why you think the Earth is flat. I'm on the Earth is actually a round spherical thing. So, you know, if you are a flat earther, then, you know, I think you're probably in the wrong place. But let me know your theories, why you think the Earth is flat. Because there's a lot of people out there, as soon as, you know, a spacecraft goes into space, they're like, oh, it's using a fisheye lens. But, you know, I personally think you're wrong. You know, I've always thought the Earth is round. But flat earthers, you know, do you want to try and prove me wrong? I'd love to hear what you think. Put it in the comments. Check this one out. This is very impressive. Look at the detail in that, man. There's so many stars. There's a lot of dust formation there. There's probably billions of stars and galaxies in that picture alone. And this is all caught by the James Webb Space Telescope. It's called the Red Spider Nebula. So another very impressive image. I don't know if you've seen this. It's the first time I'm seeing this. So I'm sort of blown away by the sort of details in the images. So that just shows you that the telescope is a million miles away from the Earth. There's no static interference from anything to do with Earth or our atmosphere or, you know, our gravitational pull. It's literally on its own. So that's why we're seeing these fantastic images, and they're very clear, as you can see. So I'll find out a bit more information on this one. This new James Webb picture shows the Red Spider Nebula. It's a cloud of gas from a dying star like our own sun that has blown off its outer layers and left an extremely hot star at the center. Webb's infrared camera picks up a ring of dust around the star, plus two huge bubble-like legs each about 3 light years long, inflated by fast outflows over thousands of years. All around it you can see a thick background of stars, which shows just how sensitive Webb is to faint light in these dusty regions of space. So another one Webb has like blown out of the park, and you can see all these details that we never saw before. Okay, so there's a couple of really good images there. I've hoped you enjoyed going through the video with me while I've gone over those images. Do you think it's worth $10 billion? Do you reckon it's worth, investing all that money into a space telescope? Obviously, this thing has a lifespan. I think it's about 10 years. I will check the information on that, because I know that when they had the launch, they managed to save a lot of fuel. Everything went to plan. They didn't really have any problems, because a lot of times when they're folding out all the mirrors and things like that, they have different sort of procedures in place. So if anything screws up, then they've got like a plan B, and they've got a plan C. So this whole mission has really gone to plan, and all the images that have come back have been amazing. I think the fact that the near cam is able to cut through all the cosmic dust, whereas before you wouldn't be able to see anything, because it was like everything was kind of like hidden behind that cosmic dust. But now, because of the near infrared camera, you're able to get all these very clear images. So let me know what you think about it. I think that the James Webb Space Telescope is amazing. I've always been a big fan of it. When I found out about it many years ago, I've sort of been following the story, and then when I was actually live streaming on this channel, and millions of people tuning in to watch it, it's great. Now we can look back at some of those images and just see how well it's getting on. And every month it keeps on surprising all our scientists and just general public as well. And I think we're going to find some more discoveries with the James Webb Space Telescope. So just keep following it, guys. I think there's more still yet to come from James Webb. But yeah, for now I'm pretty blown away, and I think I'd say it's worth like spending $10 billion on this. Another thing is, if you've enjoyed this style video, I'm not a scientist, I'm not a technical person, so I'm just a fan of the James Webb Space Telescope. So I'm just telling you from someone who's not an astrophysicist. I don't understand all that. I'll see something and I'll sort of break it down in an easy way for me to understand. So hopefully you guys are enjoying my style of sort of bringing this information to you, because I know that there's a lot of information out there, and it doesn't mean anything unless you're sort of in science or you're a astronomer or something like that. So this is a very light-hearted way to sort of look at what's going on in NASA with James Webb Space Telescope. I'm going to hopefully do some more videos and keep you guys sort of entertained on what's going on. Yeah, so for now I think that's it. I've managed to cover a couple of cool images there. Thanks again for tuning in, and I'll see you in the next video. So yeah, some exciting times for NASA and the James Webb Space Telescope, and they're also building another telescope, so I'll be following that news story as well. So see you next time. Take care.